Hello there, everyone. I, Shepherd Shang, bring to you the final, sort of, episode of Abyssalcraft is kind of awesome. And as you can see, we are finally talking about the Dark Realm, the fourth and final dimension added by Abyssalcraft. So, let's get started. First off, gotta take off the helmet that gives me night vision, so you can see what it actually looks like. For some reason the sky is sort of whitish pink for night vision. I'm not sure why. But yeah, it's dark, as the name implies. Yeah, darkness. Ooh. Okay, seriously though, let's see. What to talk about? I'm thinking this is going to be an extra long episode simply because there isn't a whole lot left to talk about. Well, first off, I'll talk about the smoke effects. There are smoke effects while you're in the Dark Realm. I'm not sure why. I don't think I've ever actually found an explanation for that. Yeah, it's just sort of there. So, before we get to the crafting recipes, let's talk about biomes. There are no biomes. Yeah, just like the Omethal, the only biome in the Dark Realm is the Dark Realm. And materials. There is nothing new. Literally. There is nothing new in the Dark Realm. Everything is Darkstone. I don't even think there are any ores. Let's just dig down real quick. Darkstone, 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 Darkstone. Lots of Darkstone. How far am I from the thing? I'm at Y41. I don't even know if... I don't think I've ever even checked if there's bedrock at the bottom before. Oh, yeah, there's bedrock. Okay. Yeah. A dimension of nothing but Darkstone. Oh boy. Well, anyway, I happen to like the way the Darkstone looks. Same with the Darkstone bricks. They look nice. I like the whole black brick thing. It looks good. So yeah. That's it. So, crafting recipes. There's only one. Yeah. There's only one new crafting recipe, and that is for the final version of the Necronomicon, the Abyssalnomicon, which you notice has Jizahar's symbol on it. Yeah, so in lore, the original Necronomicon is just a fragment of the Abyssalnomicon. So the Abyssalnomicon has everything in it. So, you make it with an Omethal Necronomicon, 4 Thaxium ingots, 3 Eldritch Scales, and an Essence of the Gatekeeper, which you get by killing Jizahar. Unless, of course, you got teleported straight to the Darklands before he dropped it, so, you know, whatever. Darklands. I said Darklands. It's supposed to be Dark Realm. This is the Dark Realm. Realm, Shang. Say realm. Don't be like that one video where you kept saying dimensions instead of biomes. Okay, so yeah. What to say about the Abyssalnomicon? Well, it's got 100,000 PE storage, which is nice. And, yeah. It's got some sections for the Dark Realm, and that's about it. Woo! Okay, so, next up. The mobs that spawn around here. There are 4. They are the Shadow Creatures, Shadow Monsters, the Shadow Beasts, and Lesser Shoggoths, which are, in this case, the Shadow Shoggoths, which I will go ahead and show you. Yep. Shadow Shoggoth. Yep. And they drop Shadow Shoggoth flesh, as is to be expected. Now, there is another one in here. Spawn Sackcloth, Harbinger of Doom. If you remember him, which I hope you do, he's the optional boss of Abyssalcraft. And I mentioned that one of the ways you can fight him is that he spawns in the Dark Realm. Well, that was actually in previous versions of Abyssalcraft. Yeah, I actually started making this before that particular update was made, so... And by this, I mean the whole of the tutorial. Shina literally released the update that stopped Sackcloth from spawning here in the Dark Realm, literally the day I first posted episode 0. So yeah, Sackcloth no longer just randomly spawns in the Dark Realm, which is fortunate because I do very distinctly remember a point where I literally just saw 3 of them at one in the same space as between where I am and the portal is. It was pretty ridiculous, and it made the Dark Realms ridiculously dangerous. But yeah, you've seen the shadow creatures plenty of times. I'm not going to bother showing them off simply because you've seen them so often. There's one thing with the mobs I will mention. If you go here to Forbidden Knowledge in the Dark Realm, Entities, 6 pages rather than 5. This, Shadow Titans. You notice there's a texture missing. That's because Shadow Titans don't actually exist yet. Now, seeing as I did not play the original versions of Abyssalcraft, which is for 1.6, I do not know if Shadow Titans were a previous mob that has been removed, or it is a mob that has yet to be implemented. I just don't know. And, oh yeah, quick note, I think I forgot to mention this, in Omathal Entities. Yeah, there was something similar with, Omathal Wardens. Yeah, they don't exist currently. Yeah, okay, so, rituals. There are a bunch of them, but I'm only going to show you most of them. Yeah. Okay, so, now that you have the Abyssalnomicon, you finally have the knowledge needed to create the statues. So, how do you make them? Well, this is for the Cthulhu statue. You need 1 Abyssal Wasteland Essence, a Dreadlands Essence, and wow, those smoke particles are getting in the way. I'm going to turn those off real quick. Video settings, animations, smoke. Where's the smoke? There it is. Done, back. Okay. Abyssal Wasteland Essence, Dreadlands Essence, and Omathal Essence, and 5 Shoggoth Flesh. Those are the normal Shoggoths from the overworld. As well as a piece of monolith stone in the center. It costs 20,000 PE. Quite a bit. You could only do the ritual in Omathal. And then there's this part here. Remnant Help. What does that mean? Well, let's show you first. Abyssalnomicon. In the Abyssalnomicon, you'll see at the bottom of some pages for the rituals, Remnant Help Needed. You notice that it's not for all of them, but it is for quite a few of them. Now, I do believe I am going to cut away here to show you. Okay, so we're back in Omathal. We're at the ritual altar. We've got a setup for creating a Cthulhu statue. I've got 37,000 in this Abyssalnomicon, so let's show it off. Click, 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 click. Nothing's happening. Okay, so also something I'll show you. This Abyssalnomicon has 0 in it. Click, click, click. It's not even activating. So if you don't happen to have enough, and it's just if you're lucky, okay. I'm losing train of thought. Okay, so for these rituals, the rituals that require remnant help, they will not activate at all unless there are remnants nearby. Now, remnants are these guys. These are the guys from Omathal. You can Omathal. You can create them from villagers using liquid antimatter. but let's see if the ritual will activate now. Click. No? Oh, right. I need to turn smoke back on. Wrong button. Okay, sorry about that. Major lag out there. So, back to this. There's a remnant nearby. Click. Click, 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 click. Nothing's happening. Okay, so, why isn't it working? Because you need more than one remnant nearby your ritual altar in order to perform these. So what does that mean exactly? Well, normally you'll be using this in survival mode, so you can't just spawn remnants in the way I am. You either have to go somewhere where remnants are in relatively large numbers. Let's see. Nope, you need more than 2. How about 3? Click. Nope. 4. Click. Nope. How about 5 then? And click. There it goes. Yes, you see, you need 5 remnants nearby a ritual altar in order for the rituals that require the remnant help to work. Yeah, and they got lit on fire by the lightning strike, and now you have a Cthulhu statue. Yeah. Yeah, so, what does it mean for doing the ritual? Again, you need to either be where there are a whole bunch of remnants, like maybe inside the Temple of Jizahar, around the village and stuff, or you have to use some kind of mod to get the remnants nearby, like maybe with extra utilities in the Golden Lasso, or I think it's Minecraft Reloaded and Safari Balls. Or of course you could be playing on versions of Minecraft where those mods haven't been updated yet, like 1.8, 1.9. So whatever method you use to create this stuff, you gotta have these guys nearby, and that can be problematic. And we're back to the Dark Realm to talk more about the other rituals. So, the other statue rituals. You can create all 7 types of statues with these rituals now, so long as you have the remnants nearby in Omathal. So what are the recipes? Well, they all have monolith stone in the center, and they all require 1 Abyssal Wasteland, 1 Dreadlands essence, and 1 Omathal essence. I should have added essence there, but you know what it was. And they all require different materials. In the case of the Hastur statue, they require Abyssal Shoggoth flesh. Also, they all cost 20,000 PE. They all can only be done in Omathal, and they all require remnant help. So, the differences. This is the Nyarlathotep statue, and it requires 5 dreaded Shoggoth flesh. This is the Yog-Sothoth statue, requires Omathal Shoggoth flesh. The Jizahar statue requires 5 Eldritch Scales, and the Shub-Niggurath statue requires 5 Shadow Shoggoth flesh, and the Azathoth statue requires 1 regular Shoggoth flesh, 1 Abyssal Shoggoth flesh, 1 Dreaded Shoggoth flesh, 1 Omathal Shoggoth flesh, and 1 Shadow Shoggoth flesh. Which, if you remember the episode about the engraver, it's basically the same thing as the Azathoth coins. Speaking of coins, we now know how to create. You now know how to create the deity-specific charms, and they require coins. So how do you make them? Well, you use a normal, unaligned ritual charm in the center, and surround them with 8 of the particular type of coins for a specific deity that you want. In this case, it's the Cthulhu coins. During this ritual, and supplying it with 2,000 PE will give you a Cthulhu charm. Now, I didn't put them all out here simply because they are all exactly the same. They all require 2,000 PE. They can all be done anywhere. And the only difference between them is that they use the specific deity charms, specific deity coins to create the deity charms. If you want to do an Azathoth coin, Azathoth charm, you use Azathoth coins. Want to make a Hastur charm, you use Hastur coins. Yeah, simple as that. Now, here's something interesting you get once you have, here's something interesting that you know about once you've got the Abyssalnomicon. You can create Dreadlands infused power stones, which, if you remember, was needed to create a Sora's dreaded gateway key to get into the Dreadlands. And as you recall, you also use those keys to create Jagorath's lair. So basically, once you've got the Abyssalnomicon and you know how you can make these, you can basically create as many of those keys as you want, so that you can go back and redo that dungeon as many times as you want. Since I think that just like in the overworld, there are only 3 of the abyssal strongholds in the Abyssal Wasteland, which I've never actually understood in the never mind. Okay, so what do you do it with? Well, you use a Corallium infused stone and 8 Dreadlands essence. Oh boy, those will take you a while. Or not, given what the next item, the ritual, is. Anyway, it requires 5,000 PE, and you have to do the ritual in the Dreadlands. And you get Dreadlands infused power stones. Now, what am I talking about making these easier? Finally, it is this item here, the Staff of the Gatekeeper. Now, in older versions of Abyssalcraft, the Staff of the Gatekeeper used to be a drop from Zahar. Well, not anymore. Not recently either. I think it was like a year ago at this point. Now you create it through a ritual. Now, as you can see, you only can do the ritual in Oberthal, and it does require remnant help. And it costs 15,000 PE. So how do you make it? Well, you use the Staff of Rending as the base. It requires an Abyssal Wasteland essence, a Dreadlands essence, a Nomethal essence, 2 Athaxium ingots, and 3 Eldritch scales. So what does it do? Well, I believe I put mine over in here. No, I still have it in my inventory. That's fine. But I will demonstrate it for you. Oh. Not close enough to the ground. There we go. Shadow Beast. Staff of Rending. Click. And we got a Shadow Energy. So, what does the Staff of the Gatekeeper do? It does the exact same thing, only better. Instead of when you use the Staff of Rending, when you click on a mob to absorb energy from it, you get 1 energy. See how the Shadow Energy is 5? Get back here. Now it's 5. I think I said 5 before. It was 4 before. Now it's 5. And now, you see how I'll go into survival for this because I've already got that. No. I really need to make up my mind, don't I? Okay, this one is empty. So, click. There we go. Now you can see it. 4. 1 click got you 4 shadow energy rather than 1. So instead of spending lots and lots of time going around clicking on mobs, just to get 1 energy with each click, you instead get 4 energy with each click. So the Staff of the Gatekeeper works 4 times faster. Darn hiccups. Okay, so now I'm going to go into survival and use this one that already has 196 just to see what happens, since there is no shadow essence. / game mode 0, enter. Boop. And back down to 0. I got no special effects from it. Got no invisible... Oh, there was an invisible item. Okay. That's, not really worth it. So, using as either a Staff of Rending or a Staff of the Gatekeeper to get 200 shadow energy creates a shadow gem. Yeah, that's real great considering we're in the Dark Realms where these guys spawn infinitely. You can literally just wander around and find as many as you want, kill as many as you want, and yeah, that's real nice. So, when I was going over the rituals, you'll notice that there was no Dark Realm Energy Pedestal or Dark Realm Sacrificial Altar. And that's because there's not. There just isn't. There's no special Energy Pedestal or Sacrificial Altar for the Dark Realm. Yeah, you just, you can use normal ones, non-upgraded ones, and they work. Yeah, that's getting energy. How much has that one got? It's been on there a while. It's got 2,805. Oh, right, that was... Yeah. So, one other thing to note about rituals here in the Dark Realm. If you remember way back when in the Overworld, you can create ritual altars out of Darkstone Cobblestone, which you can get lots of here. You can create ritual altars out of them. Click, 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 click. I'm shift clicking. Not working. Okay, so what about a different material? Oh, that one worked. That's strange. How about this one? Nope. Interesting that that worked. But this didn't. Let's see if it has something to do with the Necronomicons. Here's a normal one for the normal overworld stuff. Click, 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 click. Nope. What about you? Will you work? Nope. So, you cannot make ritual pedestals in the Dark Realm out of non-Athaxium stuff. For some reason. I have no idea why. It just doesn't work for some reason. Okay, so, and as a final thing for this last episode, sort of last episode, there's still some supplemental stuff I need to do. Well, I'm going to show you the Ritual of Reverse Time, which, as you may remember, lets you respawn Jizahar up there. It sort of resets the Temple of Jizahar, so as if you haven't been there yet and cleared it. Now, just as a way to check, let's destroy a couple of blocks. And one block in here. Okay, so blocks have been destroyed to see if they regenerate when this works. And let's go. But first, I did notice something interesting when I was messing around trying to figure out what the heck the Remnant Help thing meant, since I didn't know that before doing this. This Abyssalcraft has 0 PE, and this is 36,000. Let's see if this works. Oh, something happened. And this is getting drained. Isn't that interesting? What this means... Oh, the spawner blocks reappeared. That is... those damage is gone, and so is that hole. Let's check the throne room. I'm a little disappointed there wasn't... I didn't hear any kind of special sound effects. That was kind of sad. But whatever. Oh, hey, Jizahar. There you are sitting in your throne again, which is no longer destroyed. Yeah. So, that's what that does. Now, the thing with the Necronomicons is something I found interesting. Basically, if you have... if you have 2 Necronomicons in your inventory, and let's say one of them is empty, and the other has the amount you need, if you click on the altar with the one that's empty, it'll drain PE from the one that has the energy, which is really interesting. I don't know if it's intentional, but it is very useful. But I believe that's about it. I am Shepherd Chong, and this was a tutorial series for the Minecraft mod Abyssalcraft. And I called it Abyssalcraft is kind of awesome, because this mod has been pretty darn cool. So yeah, that's all for this. Goodbye.